One evening, out of the blue, I received a phone call from a childhood friend. What he said immediately took me back to a place where I heard jazz music played for the first time. My father is quite ill, he said, and you should go see him. Of course, I replied, and the next morning, without hesitation, I followed the advice of my dear friend and went to see his father. Mr. Adams was quite the jazz enthusiast, and later, as stories were told, I found out that he was also a jazz drummer in his day while living in Cleveland, Ohio. I could recall on any given Friday or Saturday evening, one could hear the sophisticated yet complicated sounds of jazz music playing on his record player from inside of his home office, which also doubled as a music listening library. His jazz albums were naturally protected, alphabetized, and neatly shelved. Jazz swarmed the room, revealing the history of bop, bebop, and jazz vocalists. Whenever I would pass his space, I would peek in and say hello, and he would respond, "Hey, cool." And from that moment on, every time I would see Mr. Adams, he would refer to me as Cool, never by my first name. It would be later, years later, that I would discover Miles Davis's Birth of the Cool and realized just how cool being cool was. When Mr. Adams passed away, I found myself being just as cool. "Do you want my father's albums?" he asked. His massive jazz collection, which used to be played in heavy rotation, stood still as if they awaited their next destination. As we sorted through Mr. Adams' unique vinyls consisting of Dizzy, Stitt, Basie, Bird, Coltrane, Ella, Holiday, Sarah Vaughan, and many others, I responded, "I just want Miles." With extra care, I selected 23 albums, and which by no means reflects his illustrious recording career. However, my piece of jazz has history. And this is how I acquired a Miles Davis album collection.